Hi everyone, my name is Kendra. Welcome to my channel, Kay Reads and Crochets. Today I have a book haul for you. So it is getting to be the end of the year and my TBR has officially outgrown my reading goal. I am putting myself on a book buying ban until at least the end of 2024. I have a few pre-orders that'll still be coming in, but other than that, I am not going to be buying any new books for myself for the rest of the year. Since I always believe in going out with a bang, I decided to put together a little book haul to show you everything that I have. Some of these are books that I bought for myself, some of these are books that I got in different exchanges or raffles, and some of these are books that my husband bought for me. But this will be my last haul until at least 2025. Let's get into it. The first set of books I have is from a book box exchange that I did on Instagram. It was hosted by Kaylee's Kindle and I was partnered up with Leslie. Leslie made me an absolutely amazing box. It was really funny that we got paired up because we are both crazy cat ladies and both of our book boxes that we made for each other were full of cat themed items. I posted a video on TikTok if you want to see me unboxing it, but I absolutely loved it. So the two books that she sent me are The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston and Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I'm very excited because I have seen 7-Year Slip all over Instagram and TikTok. People really seem to be liking it, so I'm very excited to get this one and to start reading it. My best friend IRL has been recommending me pretty much every Emily Henry book. The only ones I have right now are Book Lovers, and then I also have Happy Place. So I'm really excited because she's been loving them. My best friend and I are like two peas same pod, so I am very excited because I think I'll like them too. This was a super fun book box exchange. I absolutely loved participating and we're already set up with new partners for October and it's going to be spooky themed, so I am very excited for that. This next group of books is stuff that I bought for myself in the last like 3 weeks or so, and so this is truly my pre-book buying ban haul. It is my last hurrah. The first book in this category is Starling House by Alix E. Harrow. This is the story of a young girl who becomes fascinated by the local haunted mansion. It was owned by her favorite author and she gets a chance to start working there to make a little extra money and hopefully get her and her brother out of their dead-end town. I read 6 Deaths of the Saint by Alix E. Harrow earlier this year and it was so good, so good. I can count on one hand the number of times a book has made me cry, and 6 Deaths was one of those times. So I've been dying to read another Alix E. Harrow book. I saw this at Barnes & Noble and I am obsessed with the purple sprayed edges. I feel like dark colors for sprayed edges are so hit or miss. They either seem to get washed out or they're applied unevenly, but I think this one is so good. I think this book is going to be great for fall. It's really giving me like spooky haunted house vibes, so I'm gonna try to get to this one in October. The next book I have is Ghosts of Honolulu by Mark Harmon and Leon Carroll Jr. This was a Barnes & Noble monthly pick and I picked it up because I thought it was nonfiction, and I normally don't go for nonfiction, but on closer examination it looks like it's more of a inspired by a true story historical fiction. If you leaf through the book, there are footnotes everywhere and it's very much formatted like an informational text. When you're actually reading it, it reads more like a fiction book. I'm very confused. I guess is a good word for it. I also saw the authors' names and I was very intrigued. I loved the TV show NCIS when I was a teenager and Mark Harmon played Jethro Gibbs. Seeing his name on a book was really exciting. Leon Carroll Jr. was actually an NCIS special agent. He was the technical advisor for the show for like 21 seasons, so he's very knowledgeable. Ghosts of Honolulu is the story of 2 men on opposite sides of the Pearl Harbor attack. There's spies, there's fighting, there's interrogation, and looks like everything in between. I'm probably gonna hold off on reading this one for a little bit, probably until December, which is the anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. I might get to it sooner, I'm really not sure. I feel like I didn't know what I was getting into when I bought this book, so I'm a little hesitant. The last book I have in this section is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erika L. Sanchez. This was on display for Hispanic Heritage Month, and I'd also seen that it's getting a theatrical adaptation. I think America Ferrera is involved. I don't know if she's directing or producing, but I thought that was really cool and I wanted to check it out. This is the story of Julia, who has recently lost her sister Olga, who really fulfilled the role of the perfect Mexican daughter. And Julia is sort of being pushed to fit into that role, even though that's not really who she is. So it's a National Book Award finalist, and I feel like I've seen a lot of people reviewing it favorably, so I'm excited. This last group of books is what I'm gonna call books I tricked my husband into buying for me. Hold on, that title is misleading. My husband is super kind and sweet and supportive, and every now and again, when he can tell that I need a little pick-me-up, he will take me to Barnes & Noble and buy me a book. Sometimes he just does it when, like, he asks me for a favor. He will repay me in books. The other night he was playing Dungeons and Dragons with his friends, and he said that if I went and got him dinner, he would pay me in 2 books, and I have the receipts to prove it. So we went to Barnes & Noble today, and I knew I wanted to pick up the second Emily Wilde book, specifically the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, because this cover is beautiful. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I have the first book, and I just think that these covers are so beautiful. I haven't read either of them yet. They're just so gorgeous, and I love that it's very like cottagecore. From what I understand about these books, it's kind of like grown-up Spiderwick Chronicles. Emily Wilde is a researcher who's studying fairies. She's going on adventures, she's taking notes, she is turning her research into an encyclopedia of sorts. There's also a 3rd book coming out. I don't know when, but I love the covers, and I will definitely be getting that one too because I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. I was looking for 2 other options at Barnes & Noble today, and I couldn't find either of them, but this book was sitting on display for the speculative fiction monthly pick, and it immediately caught my attention. Like, look at that cover. Look at that distinguished gentleman. This is Starter Villain by John Scalzi. It is the story of a man who inherits his uncle's supervillain business. Just from the blurb, it seems very fun and very humorous. There are spy cats. There is a union of dolphins, like dolphins have unionized, all sorts of wild shenanigans. Sign me up for the shenanigans. I love it. The last set is a twofer, and this is actually where I tricked my husband into buying me 2 books. He said he would buy me 1. When we went into the store, I knew that I wanted to get the Wren and the Holly library. This is another one that the cover is beautiful, the sprayed edges are beautiful. I've heard wonderful things. However, when we walked in, I saw this book on display. This is The Weaver and the Witch Queen, and I was immediately intrigued. I think this cover is beautiful. I am a sucker for a good cover. I'm sorry, it's my one weakness. I will drop everything for a strong cover like this. I love it. This is about 3 girls who are childhood best friends, and when their lives lead in different directions, they have to band together to help each other. So my husband was kind of watching me waffle between these 2 books, and I said, well, listen, Wren and the Holly library is 30% off right now because it's the hardcover sale. We get another 10% off of everything on top of that because I have a Barnes & Noble membership. Getting both books would kind of end up being the same price as just getting the hardcover. So he bought me both books. That is my last hurrah, my pre-book buying ban book haul. From now until 2025, I will not be buying myself any new books. Like I said before, I've got some pre-orders that should be coming in at the end of the month, and I'm also gonna be participating in some book exchanges and maybe some raffles, but no more books for myself for a little bit. So tell me down in the comments below, have you ever put yourself on a book buying ban? How did it go? Do you have any tips and tricks for me? And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!